What's up guys, RGT85 here, and today on the channel we're taking a look at Darksiders Warmastered Edition for the Nintendo Switch. Now if you watch my upcoming Nintendo Switch games for the month of April video, you would know that this was the first game that we talked about in that video. And if you didn't watch that video, well, that kind of makes me a bit upset. Like, it was a good video. You guys really need to check out that video because there's a lot of stuff coming to the Nintendo Switch in the month of April. But Darksiders Warmastered Edition was the first game that we talked about in that video, and honestly, Darksiders isn't a franchise that I'm super familiar with. I remember downloading the demo for the Xbox 360 game when it came out back in like 2010, having some fun with the demo, but I never ended up picking up the full game. Now, Darksiders has been released on a plethora of systems. It of course came out on the Xbox 360. It was then brought over to the PS3. It also saw releases on the PS4, the Xbox One with the Warmastered Edition, along with the Nintendo Wii U, but I never bought the game. And for whatever reason, now I've decided to check out Darksiders Warmastered Edition on the Nintendo Switch. Now, I did get a review copy of this game. It just came in, and I've been playing it for about 2 hours now, and I was thinking to myself, well, you know, I've already bought this game at GameStop. I have it paid off, but I'll just go ahead and cancel that because, you know, I got a review copy. I don't really need a physical copy of the game as well. But damn, this game is a lot of fun, and I'm actually going to keep my physical pre-order copy and go ahead and pick that up because that's only a $30 physical pre-order. So what THQ Nordic is essentially doing is sort of bringing back these middleware games that I was always a big fan of, either games that were just sort of under the radar on other systems or games that have gotten HD remasters and are brought into the modern era. THQ Nordic is doing a lot of good things. Yeah, they're doing some interesting things with the AMAs, but we're not going to talk about that. But from a game perspective, I like what they're doing. They're buying a bunch of licenses, and they're really starting to put out these games, and one of those games is of course Darksiders Warmastered Edition. So if you've never played Darksiders before, it kind of plays like a God of War style game. It's a sort of an old school God of War style game though. It's a hack and slash with action and RPG elements thrown into the mix. So you can see right now you've got some different weapons here. This is my main weapon, this is my side weapon. You get different abilities, you can get different passive abilities that you can use, such as a block counter. You get different gear that you can equip as well. You get different abilities that you can use in a battle setting or whatnot. And then of course you have your main character information stuff. So you're constantly leveling up your blade, you're constantly getting new abilities, and there's souls to collect in the game. There's white souls, yellow souls, and green souls. Green souls replenish your health, yellow souls replenish your special attack meter, and the white souls are basically what you use as currency in the game. So one thing that's cool about this game is the fact that it actually offers two different game modes in it as far as playing the game. There is a graphics mode and then a high performance mode, and we're starting to see that more and more with third-party games on the Nintendo Switch. Of course, we talked about it with the game like Unravel 2 having both of those modes, and I was curious to see how it would do with this game. Honestly, when you start the game up, it puts you into graphics mode by default, and I've been playing in graphics mode the whole time, and I think the game just looks absolutely fantastic. The frame rate is lower than if you were to play on performance mode, but someone who started out as graphics mode and just has been playing it in graphics mode, I've had absolutely no issues with things like frame rate feeling too slow or sluggish or anything like that. There is the occasional dip, but most of the time, even with high frantic battles, the graphics mode works really well, and it works really well in handheld. I've actually been playing this game mostly in handheld mode, and I've been absolutely pleased with it as far as a graphical standpoint of the game. You can see that, you know, it does look a bit dated in terms of, you know, modern games and stuff like that, but for what it is, I think the game looks really good, and the enemies are all very creative. The storyline is interesting. You're playing as a character that's one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse who comes to Earth because the 7 different seals were broken accordingly, but they weren't really broken, so now he's having to make amends, and it looks like we have a boss fight. So I picked a great time to start filming this video because there's a lot of action in this game. The battle system is very, very smooth. You can do big combos, you can do special attacks that when you get an enemy's life meter down, you tap the A button and it ends up doing a interesting little attack to sort of finish them off. So I really enjoy that. So you can pick up things like cars and throw them at your enemies and stuff. Like, it's a cool ass game, and I don't know if we're playing a little volleyball here right now, but we will see if he wants to come over here and play with us, and if he does, we'll have to take him down. Come on, buddy. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Oh, well, he hit me. Okay. My reaction time was not that good. You can do things like evasive maneuvers, dodge attacks. You can block attacks as well. But the battle system is very smooth. This guy's pretty damn strong. So we're gonna have to try to give him the business. You can see here, you have your main attack, you have your special attacks that you could bring up by holding down the L button and tapping a subsequent button. Y is your main weapon. The X button does this little scythe that I've acquired by purchasing souls. And wow, this dude's kicking my ass. Let's try to take him out though. You can block by hitting the R trigger, which also allows you to do a little thing there. Oh, we got our special attack. See, like, that's so cool. It's so old school God of War in terms of how it looks when you do your special attacks. So I love that about the game. It definitely feels like an old school God of War, you know, maybe a bit of Bayonetta, a little old school Devil May Cry, even modern Devil May Cry. I've really just sort of grown to appreciate games like this. And the fact that this is only a $30 game, like, it's a must-buy in my opinion, with the big asterisk though. Obviously, if you have played this game to death on other platforms, more than likely there's really no reason for you to pick up the Nintendo Switch version of the game. It is a good version of the game. There was a secret up there, but I couldn't reach it. That kind of pisses me off. It is a good version of the game. Like, I think it looks great. I think it plays very smooth. I will show you guys the difference between performance mode and graphics mode. Like I said, we have been playing in graphics mode. I did want to give you guys, you know, the best optimum visuals for this game, but I do want to show you guys the difference in frame rate between the two modes. But obviously, you know, this game has been released on a plethora of platforms, and there is a good chance that you have played the game. And if you haven't though, you know, for 30 bucks for the Nintendo Switch version, whether you're getting it physically or digitally, like, that's a good ass deal. So these white souls that you use as currency in the game, basically you come across this character who allows you to do different things like upgrade your weapons, upgrade to learn new attacks, and you basically pay for those with the souls that you've acquired by doing it. You could do certain things to get different types of souls as well. So like those guys, those easy guys that were just fighting that I was just rolling up to and throwing on the ground, you could just tap A and you will automatically just kill them in one shot, and it'll give you life every time you do that. So right now we're just collecting different types of souls. You can see the yellow is of course to build up that meter below our health gauge, and the white is of course the currency. We've actually got a lot of currency, so I need to start spending some of it, you know, upgrade some of my attacks and things like that. What's in this chest here? Ooh, we got a key. Okay, so that's cool. Now we gotta find this barrier. There's very, very light puzzle elements in the game. You know, move this, get a key for this, go up here, use the key on that. It's definitely not like, you know, a puzzle-intensive game, but there are little puzzles here and there to sort of, you know, give you a reason to what you're doing. You can see that there's a map as well in the bottom corner of the screen. I don't know where to go with this key. I did not see any barriers. Maybe, oh no, there's nothing downstairs. So the setting of the game is on Earth, and like I said before, you're playing as one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and Earth basically has this war going on between heaven and hell when you come to Earth, but then you realize that, you know, you weren't even supposed to be here. There wasn't actually a war, and it's fabricated, so you get it basically a second chance to figure out what happened, why this happened. So you're meeting different things like different demons along the way as well. Oh, something's happening. Come on, boys. Y'all don't want none of this. Y'all don't want none of this. Let's go. No, come on, don't hide. Let's take him out. We are getting some story elements, though. So that's pretty cool. These characters kind of remind me of Bayonetta-style characters as well. You know, but that's definitely one of the things I like about the game, is it feels like a Bayonetta. It's not quite as fast as Bayonetta, but I will say it feels definitely like an old school God of War, which is super cool in my opinion, because, you know, the new style of God of War was great, but I definitely appreciate the old hack and slash, just button mashing, huge combo God of War style as well. Come on, let me battle. Oh, this is a cool ass scene though. And the cutscenes in the game are great, like very action orientated, very violent, very bloody, very over the top. Like, it's a super good game. I definitely see why people really enjoy the Darksiders series now. Now I'm going to have to pick up Darksiders 2 and play it after I beat this one, because it's just, oh, this is freaking cool. Oh, this is awesome. So this is the first time I've done this. All right, so ZR to shoot. Oh, this is great. This is fantastic. I love little deviations like this in games, dude. Like, stuff like this just, it really breaks up what you're doing, but like, it's fun. Like, it's super cool to have little instances like this, little gameplay deviations that just keeps things fresh throughout. I did not expect this to turn into a shmup, but I'm happy that it did. So you've seen boss battles, you've seen hack and slash, you've seen shmup elements. Like, this is craziness. Kind of reminds me a bit of Panzer Dragoon, a little bit. Obviously not on the same grandiose scale. And I still haven't shown you guys the difference between performance mode and graphics mode. Once we get through this section, I will show you guys that, because you know, you'll be able to see it better in a battle segment like that, more so than in a flying segment, which obviously is just a deviation. It's not a main source of gameplay with this game. And let me know what you guys think of videos like this. You know, obviously I like to do full reviews of games, but sometimes if I get the game later, like this game, my review copy did not come in until much later than others. So, you know, I'm kind of playing catch up, but I still want to cover the game and I still want to do something interesting with it. Let me know if you like videos like this in terms of, you know, if I'm not able to get the game early, just so I could show you guys, you know, my impressions of it, you know, some of the gameplay of it and something I like of it. I know it's a different style than a full-on review or whatnot, but I think, you know, I think they're still pretty cool. And I think some people appreciate them. I hope they do, at least. This is this is fun. This is fun. This is very fun. I like things like this. And I love the setting of the game, like a post-apocalyptic Earth. Whoa. All right, these dudes look a little tougher. All right, so I'm gonna get through this segment actually, and then we will take a look at the difference between graphics mode and performance mode, because I do want to show you guys that, but I feel like this segment's going on for a little while longer, and I don't know, I kind of want to enjoy it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this segment, and then we will get into the performance and the graphics mode. All right, so we finished up that segment, so let's take a look at some of the options in the game. And like I said, there's high quality mode, which is what I've been playing on, and then there is performance mode, high performance mode as well. So you could sort of see how the game is. You know, it's definitely got a higher frame rate. It's definitely closer to 60 frames per second, whereas the high quality mode is, you know, closer to 30 frames per second. But like, I don't know, I think maybe if you've played it and you've been playing in high performance and then you switch to high quality, it does feel a bit different. But I think high quality mode is really suitable for this game. Like, I think the game still looks really good in high quality mode. As far as frame rate is concerned, the visuals are obviously a lot crisper as well. So let's just take a quick look back. Let's go ahead and switch back to that, and you could see the difference. Like, everything just looks a lot cleaner and a lot crisper, in my opinion. And yes, it is slower in terms of frame rate, but as someone who's been playing the game, you know, predominantly in high quality mode, I've had no issue with it. I think the game still runs really well. I think it's still very fluid, and it's still very fun. So if you've never played this game and you own a Nintendo Switch, I highly recommend you pick it up. It's $30. It's a hell of a lot of fun if you like hack and slash style games. It looks great in handheld mode. It looks great in you know, docked mode. It's just a great looking game, and it's a really great playing game as well. So you're gonna have a lot of fun with it. It seems like there's a lot of content in the game as well. And at a budget release, you know, there's really no reason for you guys not to go ahead and pick up this game, I feel. But let me know in the comments section down below if you're a fan of the Darksiders series. Obviously, when I finish up this game, I'm definitely gonna be moving on to Darksiders 2. Even though it's not on the Switch, I'll just pick it up used on the 360 or something like that and check it out. But yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of this series now. It's really fun. I hear that Darksiders 3 is a bit different in terms of how the game plays, so maybe I'll wait for that one to go down in price. Obviously, that's a newer title. But yeah, this is Darksiders Warmastered Edition on the Nintendo Switch. Definitely a game I recommend, and definitely a game I'm having a lot of fun with. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Check out other videos on the channel, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.